Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Noble. I'm the Vice Dean for Research and Health Science Education in the Temerty Faculty of Medicine. I'm just here with a brief message of congratulations to you all for finishing your graduate degrees. It's a huge accomplishment. And as I've said before at these kind of occasions, your generation is a particularly interesting one because you've finished your degrees during a global pandemic, which my hat's off to you. I don't know how you did it. And I'm just full of admiration for this accomplishment of yours. And I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. So thank you for your patience with all the disruptions this past year and a half, 2 years, and congratulations.
Thank you, Justin. And hello, everyone. I'm Sarah Steed, Associate Director of Alumni Relations and Special Events at the Temerty Faculty of Medicine. It's my pleasure to congratulate you on completing your training and to welcome you to the Temerty Medicine alumni community. But first, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. Graduation is always a huge achievement, but this year in particular certainly came with unique challenges, unlike those faced by any other graduates before you. I am sure you've had to juggle more than you'd imagined and had to dig deep to find the strength to continue at times. But you've made it, and you should be proud. I know all of us at the Temerty Faculty of Medicine are. And while you may be finishing up here, this is certainly not goodbye. Some of you have already been a part of the Temerty Medicine alumni community, but many are joining our alumni community for the very first time and joining an esteemed 61,000 healthcare leaders around the globe. As you embark on this next chapter in your lives and careers, I hope that you'll keep in touch. We want to hear from you and find out what you're up to. There are lots of ways to stay connected, whether it's through attending lectures and reunions, mentoring current students, volunteering on awards committees, or reconnecting on our graduate and life sciences social networking platform, Temerty Medicine Connect, or simply receiving our alumni newsletter and award-winning U of T Med magazine. There's something for everyone. We will be sending a brief follow-up email after the virtual U of T convocation ceremony, so you can just hit reply and let us know the best way to reach you. In the meantime, enjoy the video celebration and very special milestone. And now I'll turn it over to the next speaker. Thank you again, and congratulations.
I'm thrilled and honored to be with you to celebrate in your accomplishment. Congratulations, graduates of the Temerty Faculty of Medicine at the University of Toronto. My name is Dr. Jackie Schleifer-Taylor. I'm a registered physical therapist, a two-time graduate of the Rehabilitation Sciences Institute in the Temerty Faculty of Medicine, and I am the interim president and CEO of London Health Sciences Centre, one of the 15 academic hospitals, acute tertiary academic hospitals in this province. I'd like to start by saying you have achieved such an accomplishment in what can only be described in many, many ways as the worst of times. And yet I'm quite certain, graduates, you are on the brink of the best of times for our health system, the best of times to be entering the health system, the best of time to be graduating and joining what is always an opportunity door opening for you. I think about my own career journey and the fact that when I graduated from my Master's of Science program in Rehabilitation Sciences in 2000, the health system was entering a time in which we were really striving to think about performance measurement and how we could assess the health system in really important parameters of patient experience and interprofessional care and the journey that patients take with us towards quality of care. And I had gone back to do a graduate degree at that time, knowing that the skills that I would acquire through that program and working with the opportunity of working with exceptional faculty would lead me to then 15 years later graduate from the Rehabilitation Sciences Institute with a PhD. And those moments of choice and that effort has led me to where I am today, leading what is the fourth or fifth, depending on beds or budget, hospital corporation in this province, largest hospital corporation in this province. My academic journey was one like yours that created doors opening through the opportunities, through partnerships, through this wonderful University of Toronto experience. And I am certain that at this point in time, when we are 20 months onward in our pandemic, your graduation marks another pivotal point in the health system where your entry will make a big difference. All of the learnings of the pandemic is waiting for new, fresh minds to catapult us into the future. And what I know about anyone who graduates at this point in time from the Temerty Faculty of Medicine is you are more than well equipped to lead the way. I'm excited for you. I'm honored to be addressing you today because I know you are the future. And I'm hopeful, so hopeful for the future with your entering into it. All the very best. You can only succeed. The winds are under your wings. Away you go.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here to congratulate you all on graduating this year after 2 very challenging years. Congratulations to all of you. My name is Joe Bondi Denemy. I am an associate professor at the University of California in San Francisco. I've been here since 2015, but before that, I did my PhD at the University of Toronto from 2008 to 2014 in the Department of Molecular Genetics. And prior to that, I was a University of Waterloo undergraduate in biology. And prior to that, I'm from London, Ontario. I miss home. I am happy to speak to people from Canada. And in my lab here, we work on microbes, and it's been a year of interesting developments in the world of microbiology. We study bacteria and we try to kill them. This was also the focus of my time at the University of Toronto. I want to start, besides the congratulations, I want to start by saying how much it means to me to be speaking to U of T grads. My time at U of T was the best of my professional and my personal life. I became the scientist I am today at U of T. I became the person I am today at U of T, made lifelong friends, even in graduate school, met my wife, who is a graduate student, a graduate of the University of Toronto, both in molecular genetics and the University of Toronto Law School. We now live outside of San Francisco with 2 young children who are proud dual American Canadian citizens. Beyond this great time in Toronto, I want to offer a couple of pieces of advice that I've learned now that I am, quote unquote, in the real world, although still in academia, now that I'm a professor who my primary role is to run a research lab here at UCSF, where I mentor PhD students and postdoctoral fellows who are trying to discover big things and move on with their professional lives. The first point is really the power of teamwork. I think as students, and for some of you, perhaps you've been in school your whole life, as I have been, I feel I have been, we're not evaluated much for the power of teamwork as students. We're really evaluated for our individualism and the focus to excel there. However, now that I've been running a research lab, I've really come to appreciate the value of mentorship and also of having mentees. There's not a single case in my lab where I've seen that a mentee didn't make someone better. So I want to suggest to you all that now you're breaking the shackles of being a student, at least formally, to consider how important it is to mentor others as you grow. We've all had mentors in our life as students, but now it's time to be a mentor. And I've seen many cases in my lab where someone may have been struggling or not clicking on their projects, but as soon as I paired them up with an exciting undergraduate student or even a high school student, the project really started to click. And of course, it was because the person felt responsible for another. And I'd encourage you to seek that out for you and for those that you mentor, to encourage them to grow as mentors. The second piece of wisdom I hope I can provide is a phrase that I think is silly, but is work hard, play hard. What that means to me now is that I spend every waking hour in the evening and night and the early morning hours and the weekend focused on my children. That's my play hard now. I do very little else. But the power of it working in the lab, a very exhausting proposition for those of you who are researchers, knows how exhausting that is and how important it is to have an outlet for your life. So I encourage you to find that work-life balance, whatever that play hard means for you, whether it's family or travel or exercise or watching movies or going out partying, whatever it is for you. I think we have to find those play hards in our life, accept that they evolve over time as you grow, but continue to prioritize them alongside your work, but to make sure that you have time for yourself and time for those around you. So I want to congratulate you again. I want to remind you all that now that you are leaving this cozy world of education, that it behooves you to be a mentor to others and to pay it forward. And it's not just for others, it's also for you. You will improve dramatically the more you mentor others, and to encourage you to continue, despite that advice, to continue to find time for yourself and your family, as it will only make you better at your work and help you enjoy life more. And if that means having children that wake you up at 3 a.m, then so be it. So congratulations again to everybody. Thank you for inviting me here, and I wish you all the best.